what's up everybody, it is Count here from Start Your Systems, and welcome to another career mode gameplay in MX vs ATV Supercross Encore. And today, I've decided we're going to go in and do the 450 Supercross Championship now. And since it's a 17 round series, I figured I would probably split this into two segments. So this is going to be segment 1, probably rounds 1 through 8, and then I'll do rounds 9 through 17. And I'm going to do rounds 1 through 8 first because I don't have any upgrades for the 450 yet, so I'm going to probably do a round or two, go fix the bike, another round or two, go fix the bike so that I can get faster, I guess. And this is interesting, 450 Championship starting in New Orleans. And I think I was on all-time mode, I hope I was at least. Anyway, let's get going, shaking the booty. So anyway, I decided I was going to do the 450 Supercross Championship and not the Nationals, and this is probably going to be, this championship is probably going to be the last of the career mode gameplays that we're going to do in this, because, I mean, I don't know if it's necessarily a computer problem or if it's really just that the game is that bad, but Jeremy and I both can't run Nationals even with our graphics turned down with all 12 guys on the track at all. If you watched our online play in this game, you realize that, I mean, Jeremy's was already pretty bad, mine was doing alright, but his was pretty bad. And I did a couple tests on a 250F on Nationals this morning, and it's just fucking impossible. Like, it's so laggy. And I've turned everything down. I've turned all my graphics all the way down. I don't necessarily think it's an issue on my end per se, because I've got a pretty decent gaming computer, even though it doesn't run Sim all too well. But Sim isn't really compatible with a quad core. But I've got a pretty decent gaming computer in itself, and I shouldn't have any problems running this just kind of basic game on the PC. But I am, and so unfortunately, this will probably be the last of the career mode videos in this game. I mean, obviously we'll have a part 2 come out next week as well, but we just can't finish the career mode, at least on the PC. We'll probably get it on, you know, Xbox One or PS4 or something eventually. I know it's not supposed to come out on Xbox One for God knows how long, but we just, I don't know. This game has kind of given us a sour taste. We like the game more, Jeremy and I both do, than you know, the previous installment of Supercross, but there's still a lot of things that are wrong with it that we wish, you know, they would be able to fix, particularly on the PC version. I don't understand how we could have as good of computers as we do and lag as hard as we do on that Nationals and the rhythm racing stuff. I'm sure on PS4 it's not as bad, or even on the PS3, and I think it's on Xbox 360 version, the Supercross with the downloadable content stuff. I don't know if it's that bad either. But it's kind of just a shitty, I don't know. I didn't really want to even make this video today because I went through it all and I'm like, wow, that's fucking stupid. So here I am doing this whole career mode trying to give the game some props, and next minute doesn't run half the career mode because, you know, the game was built poorly or something, and the terrain files are too large to handle with this many riders on it. And turning your graphics all the way down doesn't help. So that's a bummer. But anyway, we'll just go ahead and do, like I said, the 450 Supercross Championship, and I'm doing it on all-time mode, so I'll probably be pretty bad the first couple rounds here. Let's see if I can get 7th, because I don't have any upgrades on my bike yet. So we'll see. Wow, I did triple that. It came up a little bit short. But anyway, I'll try to get all the upgrades on the bike once I can. Let's see what I unlocked this time. Nothing? I got 7th. And unlocked nothing. Awesome! That's a great start to the championship. Get a 7th, unlock nothing. Oh! Sorry if I sound like such a Debbie Downer, but we're going to be kind of slowing things down on the channel for the next few weeks, which is really kind of a bummer. Jeremy was supposed to come back and start helping out, but he's just been so busy that he hasn't been able to do much of anything yet. So I'm about to get unbelievably busy. In fact, I mean, like, really this week I'm pretty fucked. But I figured I needed to get some videos out. We'll still have track walk probably come out tomorrow, and we'll have the live stream tomorrow night of building the track. We're getting pretty close to finishing building that track and sim, and I definitely want to get that finished before Supercross season starts so that we don't take up 2 nights of live streaming something. But we'll definitely be streaming Supercross, so don't worry about that. We've had a couple questions raised since the World of MXS series came out, and I decided that I'll be racing in 2016 again. As to like, oh, is the stream going to stick around? What's happening? Stream is definitely still sticking around. Don't worry about that at all. But anyway, I'm right smack dab in the middle of the last week of school. I'm a senior in college, so I've got like 4 projects due suddenly. Not, you know, they're not suddenly, but we just have to kind of tidy them up and turn them in kind of thing. And it's just a pain in the ass. And then next week, so I'm not done with like school this semester officially until the 21st, 4 days before Christmas, when my last final at 8 p.m. on a Monday night takes place. So until then, it's going to be pretty bleak on the channel because I won't be able to produce as much. I'm going to try to do as much as I can, but with all the stuff going on, I just don't know how much I'll be able to get done. So I figured I would tell you guys, like, if we're doing less and less videos, it's not because we're not wanting to or something like that. We definitely want to, but you know, real life gets in the way first. We're still a startup company. We have huge ambitions for the future, yes, but we're still just kind of broke. I mean, I'm in college, Jeremy works full-time, and don't make enough money to kind of just afford the luxury to have tons and tons of videos go up, although we try. So unfortunately, that's going to happen in the next few weeks. It will be kind of cut down on videos, but as soon as like Christmas season comes around, and then most of January and into February, I'm sure that we'll pick everything right back up. Videos will be flying out. We'll have probably a video every day of the week, except for weekends because we don't do video work on weekends. And yeah, so that'll be fun. Hopefully once I finish college in May, we'll be having even more videos coming out, doing more of the stuff that you guys like. Man, I'm just stuck in 7th place right now. One thing I do like so far about the 450s is that this is basically a bone stock 450 in the game. I'm getting pushed off the track by these idiots. It's so fucking hard to race. These stupid AI. But the 450 stock in game at least is much more. God, the lag is just brutal right now. 450 stock in game is much more, how do you say it, playable. And again, I'm going to get 7th. So far, not doing so well in this 450 championship. Finishing in the lower half of the field. But as I was saying, yeah, the 450 much more playable on the stock version. Like I said, I hope I unlock some freaking upgrades soon, so that you know, I could like maybe, just maybe, start actually competing in this. Ba 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 la la ba la ba. Dallas. MX versus ATV Supercross chick. Another thing that I don't really understand is I'm wearing a blue and yellow helmet. I'll even show you once I go and edit my stuff later. It's totally blue and yellow. Oh, I had that gate timed, but done dicked it. Whole shot. It's definitely a blue and yellow helmet though, like I said. Not blue and yellow in the game really, huh? Looking more purple yellow. Jeez, it's moly. Oh, I just scrubbed under whoever that was. It's like when I'm in the air, I'm just ripping, and then as soon as I hit the ground, it's like... Although once I'm alone out front, it's pretty nice. Then I'll turn around, come back towards everybody. The lag will pick up. I'm a little bit more well-rounded on this track, it would seem. We got absolutely shit on comments-wise on one of our online play, the only online play that we did in this game, which came out a week and a half ago-ish now, by some guy that basically said we talked a bunch of shit about the game, and we referenced the game at one point and said the scrubbing or something like that in this game is -5 potato, and this guy came back at us and was like, you guys are -5 potato, you don't even give the game a chance, you guys are probably both shit at this game, I can rip you guys both up in this game, which was Supercross, Encore, and Sim. And I was like, rip to you in Sim, 2 pros that have both won races in Sim. Definitely gonna get our asses handed to by this no name on the channel. But anyway, we responded back to him, and we're trying to be kind of polite about it. We don't want to, maybe he just misinterpreted the way that we were playing the game wrong. But I mean, look, we like where they're going with the game. We think it is a step in the right direction from Supercross, but everything that they've done since Reflex has been a step in the wrong direction, in our opinion. Whether you guys liked Alive, whether you guys like this game, that's your opinion. Our opinion of it is we wish that Reflex came back. Like, that's just our opinion. We're not trying to like discredit Rainbow and Nordic and say these guys have no goddamn clue how to make a video game, because at least they're trying. Nordic bought the title and has since produced basically a remake of Alive with all the content that was supposed to be DLC finally released, but they're not just not making a game anymore. They didn't pick up the title and were like, oh well, we'll run all the old servers and I guess make money off of people who still purchase the game that way. But they are trying, so we're appreciative of that. We want to see something successful come of this, but right now we're not particularly overly thrilled about where the game is as a whole. That said, we're not too sure there's much else out there that's going to be super great in comparison with this in the future. The original MXGP, the game, or like the original whatever, there's like 2 facets of it. One of them was like a pre-release, and then like the official PS4 blah 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 game came out a year after that on on the PS4 and on the, I don't know if it's on the One or not, but it's definitely like a better version of the original MXGP, the official motocross video game release. And that game is hella fun. Unfortunately, all the like screenshots and everything that we see of MXGP to the game, screenshots, gameplay, garbage. The graphics look pretty cool. Gameplay, even worse than you could have probably predicted it to look. The guy is riding very much like just a stick figure, doesn't move a lot. I almost fucking got second. Well, I almost won the race. But hopefully I'll get upgrades for the bike now. But MXGP the video game, I don't know. May looking kind of bleak. Finally, Jesus Christmas, I can go and save progress and quit. Yes, can go upgrade some of the stuff on the bike. Maybe I'll be faster now. But look there's that helmet, blue and yellow, right? I'm not crazy, and that's not purple, is it? I could even go in and show you, but that's pretty much blue and yellow, by my opinion. All right, so we're using this one. Oh, the Moto Option graphics. Of course, Moto Option, a big time sponsor of whatchamajiggy, MX Simulator, the MX Simulator Supercross series. So we got a rep Moto Option for show. I don't think any of those make a difference. Don't have pipes yet. Got new tires. Get the Sedonas on there. Wheels, hubs. No new suspension yet. No chassis upgrade, but oversized brakes, better brakes. Oh, and yellow number plates. That's it though. Anywho, let's go ahead. I'm going to show you guys that helmet real quick just because I'm absolutely baffled why it's purple in game. Alright, helmet. Fox V3 Savant. Even classified, well, it just says limited, but come on, that is blue and yellow, comes out purple in game. That's, I don't know, kind of interesting to me. Let's see if I maybe pick a different one of these helmets. I want to try the V3, actually. What other helmet did I just unlock? I've unlocked everything now except the Shoei, so I just unlocked 7 then. Cool, bro. And I forget what else I unlocked. I don't remember what wasn't unlocked yet. Chicken. That looks really weird. A chicken wearing goggles. Funny. Oh, I unlocked the bell. That must be what I unlocked. Very small amount of options for the bell. Whoop! I'm back to gear set. I'm gonna go with this helmet just because it's the one that I run in sim. And I'm gonna leave that. So it's not super matchy-matchy, but you know, WTF. Alright, I just had a screen pop up to the left of me here on my monitor. Some online register, some bullshit, whatever. That's why I usually go through and control delete and then turn all those shit off. So I'm 5th in the championship and we shall continue. That's weird that you can go in and change the difficulty after you've already started. Weird, 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 and strange. Alright, moving on to round 4. I don't remember. Okay, Indianapolis. For some reason the game, again, lagging more than it was in the last video. Just so awesome. Oh, what the fuck? Again, a blue Fox helmet, purple. So, yeah, Fox helmets in this game. Right on, bro. You say it's blue, next minute comes out purple. I guess it was called Savant or whatever it was. It wasn't called, or no, what was it called? No, it was called blue. It was the Fox Savant Blue. Definitely a purple helmet. At least, in my opinion. Maybe my eyes are bad, you know. I thought that the black and blue dress was black and blue. Everybody, or not everybody else, but a lot of people that I talked to were like, no, that's white and gold, blah, blah, blah. Should we bring that discussion back? Oh, what a fun discussion that was. Definitely this bike's suddenly a lot faster. Oh, get that quad. Nope. And I don't know like where my speed just went right there. I was ripping, then just completely stopped. Hey there, Dean Wilson. Just making a... Where is Dean Wilson going? That is not the track. Maybe he's on his way back to Scotland. Who knows? Oh shit. Oh, rode out of it. A vast array of mismatching colors right now. Purple helmet, even though there's some yellow on it, doesn't match the gear whatsoever. Gear is blue and yellow, I guess. And then the bike, I tried to make it blue. I made the plastics blue, but the graphics themselves are red and yellow. Oh no, or they're like red and orange, I guess. Because that yellow that I just described on the rear fender is not the same yellow of the gear that I'm wearing, that's for sure. So basically I look like a giant Fruit Loop. No! Oh! I just got Trey Canarded by Will Hahn, and then it just dicked me. I turned around, clutched, and it just like floored it, and I was able to clear that double. I bet if I was in the middle of that rhythm section and I just landed perfectly the jump before it, if I didn't do anything, I wouldn't be able to clear that double. What in the dick is happening with the lag all of a sudden? I turned my graphics down and it's worse. Oh my gosh, just lag. Just absolutely Duke penis. Gotta go get Brett Q. He's pretty fast in real life, but he's not that fast. I keyed. Brett Q actually qualified for a national at Washougal this year, I think. Or was it last year? It was either this year or last year. But he definitely not just a slouch, not just some guy that throws fatty whips and that got famous via, well, I mean, he did kind of get famous via YouTube, but he's more than just a whipper. He can rip. He's a ripper, some might say. Not quite the ripping level of Jimmy Dakotas. Jimmy Dakotas, the true ripper. All right, Stefan Roncada comes out of retirement. He wins round 4 of the Professional Supercross Championship. I am now 10 points down in the championship behind Dean Wilson. Brett Q is in second, and we're going to Miami, which, if I remember correctly, didn't really like this track. Gonna be round 5 here. Rum, 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 rum. Start next to Roncada again. For those of you that may or may not know too much about the development team at Rainbow Studios, Stefan Roncada is a level designer. I think he's actually the lead level designer at Rainbow. Pretty good track creator for a game developing sense. And former pro ripper. I'm sure many of you knew that, of course, but Roncada used to race, at least as far as I can remember, back for, well, he raced for Yamaha of Troy, won a 250 West Championship in 1999? Either 99 or 2000, I think. And then raced for Factory Kawasaki for at least a few years in the 250 class. The biggest famous moment I can remember of Roncada's career, at least from my point of view, was him and David Villeman when Villeman was fighting Ricky Carmichael for the championship in 2002. Got in a scuff at, I believe it was something around like Indianapolis or Minneapolis or something like that. And they got in a little slap fight off the track after the race where Roncada was like kind of pointing at him and Villeman came up and just basically started punching him in the helmet, which definitely did a lot of damage, you know, punching someone with a bare hand, or he had a glove on, but bare hand basically. In the motocross helmet, lots of damage is usually done to your own hand in that scenario. But anyway, that's a specific moment of Roncada's career that kind of stuck out to me just because it was like, whoa, Villeman, you mad, bro? Obviously, Villeman was pretty tied up in that championship hunt, though, which unfortunately ended with a dislocated shoulder for him the week before Daytona. He missed Daytona. Carmichael won Daytona, and I think he took the championship lead right there. Never looked back. 2002 was a pretty intense year of racing. Carmichael yard sailing at Anaheim 1, going over the bars viciously. Chad Reed won the 250 East Championship that year. And I want to say Travis Preston won the West. I think that was James Stewart's rookie year in Supercross on the West. And yeah, he had a little rough go of it. Pretty interesting to think about, though, that Reed, the last time he rode a 250 was in the little class or whatever, was 2002. We're 14 years on from that. I mean, think about it in terms of this. Kevin Windham debuted in Supercross. It was called the 250 class back then, but it's the 450 class now. In 1997, and I believe he won a race, and then in 1998, well, I mean, 97, I say debuted because I'm pretty sure he debuted, and it was on the opposite coast in which he won the championship. So I think he won the East Championship in 97, Ricky won the West, Carmichael that is, and Wyndham then became a title contender in 1998, which was, I believe, his like full rookie year in the 250 or now the 450 class. And then Wyndham retired officially at the very start of 2013. So from 97 to 2012, he was, or 98, sorry, to 2012, he was a big bike rider, which is, 15 years, 98, 99, and 2000 are 3 years there, and then 2001 to 2010 would be another, if you include 2010 is 10 years, and then he finished, so the 16 years in that class. I won a race, and I moved to 4th in the championship, 3 points back. So if I can win this one, I'll move into the lead. So Wyndham was in that class for 16 years. Reed, 2003 to 2010, if you count all those years, are 8 years. And then 2011 to now 2016, which we believe is going to be his final year, is 6 years. So he'll be in the 450 class for 14 years. Won 2 championships. He's the fourth, or he's still the 4th winningest Supercross rider of all time. Villopoto did not reach him in career wins, just fell short. So that gives you an idea of how long Reed has been around. And the difference is that Wyndham was here the whole time. Reed, for those of you that know or maybe don't know, I think he was 18 years old in the year 2000, or thereabout, when he left Australia after winning the 2nd or 3rd Australian national championship of his career, and raced GPs for a season. So 2001 was all GPs for Reed, on what I assume to be factory Kawasaki. And there's actually talk that Reed will be coming back to race a few GPs this year, which is kind of cool. I'm kind of a big Chad Reed fan. I know a lot of people may or may not know that, but I'm kind of just talking about because I think it's important to know that this may be his last season, how long he's been around. Kind of interesting. It's not very often you have someone who has a career that lasts that long. I mean, you think about it, Reed, his first full season in the big bikes was 2003. That was 6 seasons, 6 whole seasons, like 2003 to 2008, before Ryan Villopoto debuted in the big bike class, which, Reed was a 250 big bike until 2006, then it was a 450 class. You get the whole point. And now Villopoto's career has come and gone, and Reed's still going to be out there riding. And I actually made a point on Twitter about this. I think it was right about the time of his Monster Cup, is that it's kind of interesting to me that the year 2008 was the last time Reed won a major Supercross championship. He won the outdoor title in 2009, but 2008 he won the Supercross championship, and he was on, for lack of a better word, factory Yamaha. It was L&M Racing Yamaha, San Manuel Yamaha, which James Stewart then rode the year after that and won the championship on. And Reed left Yamaha, which I thought he would be on in the States at least for his whole career. Yamaha and Thor were like synonymous with Chad Reed from 2002 until 2008. So it's strange that he left, went to Suzuki, spent a season there, went to Monster Energy Kawasaki, spent a season there, and that was kind of a flop, a fail, whatever you want to call it. Then he was on Honda for 3 years, 3 years. Through 2010 to 2011 to 2013 he was on Honda, or was he? 2000, yeah, because he had to be, because 2012 was the year that he was absolutely ripping, and he was still on the, I think he was still on the 2011 Honda then. I don't know. Anyway, long story short, Reed hasn't ridden a Yamaha the entire time that Ryan Villopoto was a 450 rider, and then Villopoto retires and Reed's back on Yamaha. Just like no real connection there. There's not any, contracts or anything that are kind of lodged in there that makes that statement have any sense to it. But I think it's interesting that if the cards fell that way. I think it would have been extremely interesting, in my opinion, if Stewart this coming season would have gone back to Kawasaki because they had a void to fill. I know he's under contract with Suzuki still. He signed one a while ago. But with Villapoto out and Millsaps being fired, I guess for lack of a better term. And I know Tomac is probably a fantastic pickup for Kawasaki who's looking ahead of the future. But had James come back to Kawasaki, which I don't think would have happened because that whole deal ended up kind of less than acrimoniously. But if he had come back this year, that would have been incredible because it would have, you know, Stewart and Reed, Kawasaki Yamaha battle, that was in essence with Ricky mixed in there a few times the 2005 to 2008 season, which was crazy. So had James went back to Kawasaki this year and Reed been back to Yamaha, it would have felt like a massive throwback. It would have been really strange. Oh, now we're in Anaheim after, I think this is the 8th round or the 7th round. So this 450 championship not following along with the true Supercross schedule. Almost got the gate jump that time. Getting shoved into the bale. This looks like Dean Wilson's going to get the whole shot unless I sneak up the inside. And it's Catanzaro that takes it. Oh, butts. Oh, gee. I just love this game. It lags so wondrously. So much fun. Like I said, it can't be a computer problem. Sim doesn't always work okay, but I can run Sim with about 10 people online at full graphics, no problem. I should be able to run MX versus ATV Supercross Encore, you know, with 12 AI on medium graphics at least on this computer, and even on low graphics I can't. It's kind of stupid. We had a fan of the channel comment back on one of our online plays and exclaim how the stupid thing with this game is that when you are lagging locally, like on the game, like I am kind of right now, I'm having lag issues, it actually slows your game down. So when Jeremy and I were doing that online play a few weeks back in this game, and we couldn't figure out why, if Jeremy had all the updates, he wasn't going as fast as me. But this person basically explained it to us as, since Jeremy's game was lagging more, he was in essence at a disadvantage because he was going slower. You know, the game couldn't keep up, so he was going slower than what, you know, actually was happening. And because my game was not lagging, or not lagging as bad, I was going faster. What I don't understand is why when I'm in the air in this game, the lagging seems to go away, and then as soon as I hit the ground, it's an issue. I remember Jeremy kind of talking about that last time we played together. He's like, oh, I go in the air and it seems fine, and then I land and it just turns into Broke Dick Fountain over there, so. It's a Ron White reference for any comedian fans out there. I think I had just taken the lead in the championship in this game, or in this series, at the start of this race, so I'm trying to make that up right now. I know Dean Wilson was up there. I've got to go run him down. I don't know who's in the lead, but he's pretty far out there now. Just mad skilled motocross that jump right there. I'm absolutely ripping this lap right now. Can I quad this? Oh yeah, baby. I even threw like kind of an oppo whip in there too. Come on, gotta catch the leader. I gotta get to him. Somebody on a Kawasaki. Oh, Dean Wilson out of nowhere, suddenly in the fight. I'm all over the place. Not gonna get to whoever is leading. Blummer, second. And I did a 1:05.8 that last lap. That was a pretty good lap. It's kind of ripping. 54, Will Hahn. That's who was leading. That is who was leading. I still have a purple helmet on. Not sure why. What event are we on now? It doesn't freaking tell us. I'm going to go back. I think I got updates recently, so I want to check anyway. But why not go see what event I'm on? Alright, so one more event. I want to check my upgrades actually real quick because I think I got them a while ago. Handlebars, got new handlebars. Get the Pro Taper blue. Exhaust, don't have those yet. Tires, still just the Sedonas. Go get my Race Tech suspension. Not available yet. So, for now, I'll stick with, I guess, RG3. Chassis, brakes, number plate. Got those blue number plates now, bro. Yep. Alright, one more race. Almost got all the upgrades so far. Career. 450 championship. All time. Start session. Don't remember which one we were on. Yawn. Told you it was coming. Oh, hooked on phonics. Hooked on phonics. Whoa, somebody's just getting all riled up there like, "Arr!" Oh, whole shot for days. Rip it. Nope, I'm just dying down the straightaway because, you know. Oh, I'm still going to get the whole shot. And I'm off the track. And I'm back on the track. Technically, I crossed the line first, but I wasn't on the track to receive the whole shot. Whoa, okay, that was a seat bounce and a half. Much realism. Again, I'm taking this shitty line, which I absolutely hated taking last time. But because I'm on a 450, I'm able to do it a little bit better. Definitely enjoying the 450 power in this game so far. Flows much, much nicer than on a 250. And the scrubs. I wish you got points for scrubs instead of it just saying whip. Or, you know, it's not points, but like it gave you accreditation for doing a scrub. Instead it's just like whip. And you're like, nah bro, that was a scrub. Oh, too far. Just ripping. That was more of a whip. Scrubs, I feel like you can classify them as you've initiated the lean over and you actually have been soaking up speed on the jump. You know, you're staying lower, you're not jumping as high, staying lower and not jumping as high. But I feel like scrubbing too, you're scrubbing some speed off. So if you enter a jump too fast and you scrub, you're losing the speed that would have made it so you overcleared the jump, and you're staying lower in the process. So I think a scrub is you've already initiated it, you've scrubbed off some speed. A whip is you take off without, you know, leaning to the side in any way, shape, or form, and then you start, in this game at least, leaning over. Because in real life you can't whip without initiating a whip or whatever before taking off. It's kind of the same thing happens in Sim. But like what I just did right there, I felt was more of a scrub, whereas like this is more of a whip, even though it didn't classify it as it. It was also a really, really stupid whip. Like that, even though just it was a little flick, little butt whipper. More of a whip to me than some of the other stuff. And that lagdo. That lagdo. So we're just about done with part 1 of the 450 championship now. And thank you guys. If you stuck through this whole video for watching. The lag, just absolutely beautiful. Makes this game so much fun. Hopefully, you know, we will get it eventually on PS4, I guess, because it's not on Xbox One yet. And maybe then it's a better game. I don't know. Xbox or PS4 players, thoughts, opinions? Is it lag less? Let us know before we spend money, I guess. And we'll be coming at you with more videos this week, but like I said, just be aware that we're cutting back on content a little bit now that I'm in the midst of projects and finals week. But thanks for watching today on Start Your Systems of episode 3, I guess, part 1 of the 450 Supercross campaign. We'll finish up rounds 9 through 17 when we come back. But now we're done here. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.